So why are flute players such good kissers? Stick around and find out here on this podcast episode number 60. I'm Rebecca Fuller, the expert and instructor at Learn Flute Online. Stay around for this one.
You can do it, and Rebecca will show you how, step by step all along the way. Introducing the Learn Flute Podcast.
Hello and welcome to this episode. It's a gorgeous day here at Learn Flute Online. Literally, I'm looking out the window and it's making me want to climb that mountain. I actually love every single season. Well, spring not so much here because nothing really wakes up for a while, but when it does, it is awesome. Now, I thought I'd give you a little more insight to what I like to do outside of playing and teaching the flute because I don't really ever get the opportunity to dive outside of this circle. But one thing I've noticed is that flute players tend to run in the same types of circles. Now, I guess I shouldn't generalize, but maybe you'll be interested in knowing some more about me. Now, by now, I think that you know that I live in the mountainous areas in the United States, in the state of Utah. And if you know anything about Utah, you may have seen pictures of orange, sandy deserts with very large arches and rock formations, including slot canyons and incredibly large lakes. Well, that's southern Utah, and I live on the opposite end where it's mountains, lakes, hiking, and snow skiing. Now, I really love to eat from my orchard and garden, and we have quite a few horses running around here also. I hope that gives you a bit of a visual because it's great scenery for fostering awesome music. You're probably wondering when I might stop talking about the weather today and get to the subject I have picked out for you. Well, I'm not really sure what really made me think of this, but as I was planning out the next couple of subjects for these audios, I thought about how fluent my sons are at learning other languages. And I have one son who speaks not only 2 different African languages, but he's also fluent in Arabic as well as English. Now, he recently told me that his next language was going to be French that he learns. And I told him that with all of his flute training that he would be able to pick up on it well. Now, it takes a specially trained ear to notice those little nuances in different languages, and a musician is definitely cut out for this type of learning. As I was sending him a message about that his lips and tongue had been trained all of his life for learning different languages, such a fun subject to talk about. Also, I've heard it talked about in musician circles where everyone is debating and wondering which instrument fosters the best kissers. Well, it's actually a hilarious subject to me because, first of all, who started this questioning anyway? It just makes me giggle. But I think hands down, it has to be the flute players who end up on the top of the list the most often. We spend every moment from day one learning how to play the flute in trying to make our mouths and lips move in certain ways. And after many months and years of trying and learning, we get really, really good at moving the really small muscles in and surrounding our lips. Now, I heard somewhere that it takes around 112 muscles of the lips and the face to make a good kiss. Well, I wonder how many that means we use when we're jumping octaves or playing with real dynamics on our flute. I'm guessing it's even more than that. Well, in short, we flutists get really, really good at learning how to use the muscles in our faces, especially the lips and the region around. Now, the higher level of a flute player and the longer we've played, the better. What do you think about this? Big lips, medium lips, thin lips, it doesn't really matter. We can all learn how to play the flute well. I've coached all shapes and sizes, so it's true, and it's all possible, and I'm excited for you to be learning. Now, I think I'll keep this particular audio a little bit shorter today because I want you to complete an assignment right now. Yep, an assignment right here on this audio that will actually help you with your flute playing. I want you to go to your room or your bathroom where you have a mirror, close the door, and get your face really close to the mirror, right up to the glass almost. Now check out your lips. Really look at them. You might think I've gone a little cuckoo right now, but hang with me here. This is important. We have to be able to understand which directions our lips can move naturally in order to understand some of the directions that I'm giving you in the lesson module videos. So if I talk to you, for example, for about stretching your lips back in a closed mouth smile and then bringing them forward while still keeping them closed, kind of into a ducky face pucker, can you do that? Well, how full can you actually make your lips by pushing them forward and out away from your teeth? Now, how tight and closed can you get them? Trying that will make them look super thin. What we need to do is experiment with these different positions, because not like we need to use certain ones while we play, but we need to be able to move our lips and different parts of our lips in different directions depending on what we need while we're playing, especially in order to get really great tone. Now, the areas that we talk about a lot while in flute education is the embouchure and the aperture. And we've already had full episodes on these subjects, and we definitely explore these to the point where it becomes natural vocabulary in the lessons that I teach. But just knowing a bit more and exploring our face and all the muscles we can can really take us to a whole new level of understanding. I hope you agree, and I hope that you have a good time checking out your own face in the mirror this week. Well, I hope to see you soon in a lesson at learnfluteonline.com. Again, this is audio podcast number 60, which we titled, Why Are Flute Players Such Good Kissers? A fun little subject to explore. As usual, keep the conversation going by commenting in the appropriate places here. It'll be fun. Bye now.
Thanks for listening today. Remember that this is where people of all ages, such as you, can come, learn, and play the musical instrument flute in an easy-to-follow, organized manner, and in the privacy and comfort of your own home, on your own schedule.